Hi guys, we're doing a little progress report. What day is today?
29th.
The 29th of May.
May.
We planted our corn on the 4th of May. And then we planted everything else, I think it was the following Monday, which would have been the 11th. So our corn was planted on the 11th of May. And I just, as you can see, obviously I just ran our tiller through the middle of the rows. That's a quick way of doing our weeding. Of course, you can't do this, so there's still some a little bit of manual labor to it, but much better than having to rake or having to hoe the entire garden, weed it all out. So we're happy with that. But we've got from May 11th our corn. Probably hard to see, but you can see there. And we got to get in there, obviously, and weed, but you can see our corn's up pretty good, probably on average about 6 inches. So our corn was planted on May the 4th. Our beans were also planted. Y'all seen that video? We got the beans in the ground on May the 4th, and you see they're coming up good right on our string, and they'll get tied into that string. They get up a little bigger. Our okra still hasn't come up completely. There's a few here and there that's popping their heads through. I did plant it way too deep. I'll be the first to admit that. I just did. There's no excuse for it. I just planted way too deep. I put a furrow in, and then after I put the furrow in, I took and about every 10 inches or so I took and I put probably another 2.5 to 3 inches. Bye baby, be safe. About 2.5, 3 inches. Okay. 2.5, 3 inches deep with my finger, made a hole about every 10 inches to a foot. And then I dropped a couple seeds in each hole. And then after that, I covered the furrow up. So it could be potentially 6 inches deep, 5 to 6 inches deep with my okra. I told my dad that, and he's like, ooh, I don't think they'll come up. But I'm gonna give it another week, and if they're not up really good, I'm gonna dig in a little bit and see if I could find if they're rotten. If they're coming up, I'll just let them come on up. But if not, I'm gonna till that back up and then reseed the row the proper way instead of the novice way like I did. But you can see here our cucumbers are starting to come through. So we got our cucumbers, and we'll vine them if that's possible. And our cabbages are doing really well. My wife has been babying those like a newborn. Tomatoes are doing excelente. That's your Spanish for today, excelente, as far as it goes. She's got, what are you doing, huh?
Cucumbers, or Tommy toes.
Oh, she's doctoring her Tommy toes. So anyway, we got stuff going here. We can see onions doing fantastic. Oh, I told you a fib. That's my second Spanish lesson for today. Fantastico. You can see they're doing really well. Of course, I know we got to get in there and kind of scratch out the weeds. We'll do that. Man, I just threw in some lettuce down here. Let us pray before we eat this food. But I threw in some lettuce, and it's coming up. So you can see everything's looking lovely. Look what we've got down here. Yes. I've got watermelon seed, cantaloupe seed that I'm gonna put in over here next to the bank. A couple rows of that. But our potatoes, you remember watch that video on how not to plant potatoes? It works. So it looks like every single potato we put in the ground came up. And the Lord has blessed us in spite of ourselves. I just love it when he does that. In spite of our ignorance and our neglect and our unrighteousness, he still blesses us. He's an amazing God. Look here, we've got For you northerners, we've got potatoes. If you live in the south, these are just taters. So we got them coming on. I was worried about them because they were taking so long to come through. I was afraid I didn't do something right. So absolutely awesome. Just giving you an update on what we've got. I'll bring the tiller down here and I'll run through these little rows. Now obviously it's not my big tractor tiller. That's 5 feet wide. I've got a little Troy-Bilt, I can't remember what it is. It's a little Troy-Bilt pony or something. I can't remember. Workhorse. I think it's a workhorse model. It's pretty big self-propelled tiller, but Dad gave that to me. So I am putting it to good use. Look at that tater. That's amazing. Love it. Good job. So we got some projects that we're going to be starting. I'm gonna take little Jimmy Dean and we're going to get in here and clear all of this up right here, and we're going to slope all this creek bank, and we're going to expose the creek to a lot of this down here, as well as where our RV is at up here. All along the front, we're going to dig that back and expose the creek bank, put a nice taper on it. So this summer we got power and everything here, so we'll have some cookouts and stuff down here by the creek this summer, and we'll cook out of the RV and maybe watch some TV. And it's just me and Mama, so me and Mama might just spend the night in that thing. So we'll have a little vacation on the farm. So anyway, just giving y'all a little look, see what we've got. Oh yeah, I wanted to show you this stuff. I don't know if y'all are using that, if you've ever used that caution tape. It is a godsend from crows. The crows can't stand it. Just the slightest breeze. I mean, you can see, I don't know if you can see, but just that slightest breeze, and that stuff moves like crazy. It just shakes. And during the daytime, right now it's about 30 minutes before dark, but during the daytime, man, that stuff just shakes like crazy, and those crows are just so scared of that, they don't come anywhere near it. So that is awesome stuff. So anyway, giving y'all a little update. God bless you guys, and I hope y'all enjoy the little update on our garden. And let me know if y'all have a garden in the comments. Put down there, let me know what y'all are doing, how you do your stuff, if you've got enough room to separate your rows on 3-foot centers. It's absolutely amazing. You take your tiller and just weed in between. Use your tiller all the time, other than just when you're tilling your garden. It can actually become an implement that you use on a weekly basis to help you maintain your garden. Anyway, God bless you guys. Like, share, and subscribe.